This is Gerald Johannes and the educational channel related with the book Sound in Form. And this book is also in 2 volumes separately, Development of the Word and the Application of the Word. The book is revealing a natural mechanism that is inhabited in our naming of words, that we are, and proves that we are choosing letter combinations, letter and sound combinations that make sense. Even if you don't realize it, we deal with a certain natural law, and if you translate these laws into forms, into meanings, it seems almost like obvious that there is an underlying structure and method beyond that, and that I revealed in my book Sound in Form in a study. But I have a lot more examples in my videos, so the development of the word has a little bit more examples as in the large book, and it also explains how you can use the book in if you want to follow the theory. But the best thing is that you learn it also intuitively, so that you can associate the letters correctly. And there's a certain range of associations that you have to learn. It's not just one association that you have. There's a certain range that stops at a certain point and starts at a certain point. And that gives you also a few variations there. And this is the 4th video about words, about vowels that have a kind of transitional signification. And the next letter or sound is the letter E. And I had some examples with this sound, that like bird, NEUS, nerd, DEUK, DEUR, and MERCEY. So some of them are in Dutch and some of them are English. You know that we can recognize vowels in words, and they give us more or less a direction not exactly of the words themselves, but also direction of not a physical directions, but more a direction of how we deal with certain words, and what direction that we ourselves are giving the physical aspects inside the words. So they give you a kind of alertness towards an initiative that you can take. And the letter E, the sound E, is written in Dutch as a combination of E and U. And the E is always referring to a move towards change. So it gives you an alertness that you have to change something. So you have to change your position, you have to change your rhythm, whatever it is. And the U is more, it's the basics actually, the basics of reality, so that you deal with the basics of reality from what is there, sometimes in a passive form or undeveloped form. It can be a lot of things that are connected with that area. That means that the combination will provide a shift of focus towards this passive state or inner state, or inner value that is stable and neutral in a way. Neutral, I mean, you don't do anything with it yet. That is the U. You don't do anything yet. With the A, you're going to do something with it, with this passive state. And the preference is there to direct it in with 2 arrows, because it's an evolution. It's an evolution of in parts, in different moments. So you give us an attention that is a bit longer than just into one moment. So it's a gradual adaptation, as you would say. So it's not just in one moment, but you need a change over a short time, let's say. or a certain time. So the examples again, which I will explain, are bird is English, NEUS Dutch, nerd English, DEUK Dutch, DEUR Dutch, MERCEY English. Start with bird. With bird, of course, I start with the letter B. And those who are skeptical, maybe, and you saw the last video, this you might say, why is this only a partial form where I've had it as a larger form before? I will explain that for those who are still basing their memory on remembering things instead of sensing things. It is important to sense what it is about and where is the range of something. So I will explain it a little bit better why this form can be is enough as the B. So I had the expression of the B before as this, but if you would focus on what is really happening there, it's actually an extending outwardly from one center towards two centers without being two centers yet. It's just pressing towards the outer surfaces, and that is exactly as what I have there in the middle. Especially when you have when you focus upon the outer effect, or where you have to go to, where elsewhere you have to go to, it's enough. This is enough. And the E, of course, has to land elsewhere, so outside the first circle of starting point. So this is enough. This B form is enough. So let's start with the B and add the sound E. The E will focus inwardly, so you can only land in one place, or where the B is more or less starts. It's not immediately in this splitting moment, but it's just a little bit before, so it's just a little bit underneath as it is more. That's more exactly. So what will I do? I deal, of course, with the E, which will find a new area. The R, or the circular movement inside that wants to have a circular or a circulation, let's say, but also would want to connect areas, and it will end in a function or in a place, but it's expressed as D, so it will have a certain enlargement. So if I really deal with all these letters, it's actually a very simple form. It's nothing more than that, and that the place is also well. So yes, bird is actually expressed like this in a very easy way. You have the R going inwards, you have the E as a new form there, you have the B, of course, pressing out, and the T as the function there in functional point that has that place where I pointed at, and the E will have this E point not at the outside of the B, but it has to go to the inside, so that's why the sound is E and not I. If it was Birt, I would have the I sound at the right or the left, and here it is inside, so it's in the middle, and that's how I came to bird. Bird, like this. Neus now. Neus is the Dutch word which is almost like the English word nose. So I'll start with the N, which is inside of a form, whatever form it is, and I will have to go to the E, so inwardly. So I have to inwardly, and there I will have the S, so the S effect, which has to deal with the N as well. So the neus is very easily found and very easily fit as this. I've used this word before. I come to it on a different way and it's exactly the same. This is the reference point from my point of view here, from the and I will come to this in this way. Next one, nerd. I also already explained it before, but I will start again from the same point of view. Now I follow the as I explained it here before. So I go, of course, also inwardly with the R process, going more inwardly and going to a place in from within. So nerd as a sound, and nerd as yeah, with a little bit extras to it, so that it will fit better with the letters as I have. So it is, we already explained, this is an inwardly movement, and if you could easily see it on the face of a nerd, how it is pointing towards a certain inner focus. Not necessary as meditation, but really, you know how you have to associate it when you looked at the latest video. Then I go to DEUK. DEUK is in English, it seems to be dent. I didn't know that, but I will explain it from the Dutch word. So we have the D. Is also, when I emphasize on the effect of the D, this is enough. This is not much more that is needed compared to the B. You see the difference. But if I explain it from where it comes from, you see it is a pressure that is from one center, but it still follows the center direction. So D, this is enough to express D. Then I will go to the K. The K from somewhere there from within. And then with the inner movement. So the DEUK should be at that point, at that place. Because there's an inwardly pressure and it breaks apart. Actually, I can express this better because of the inwardly pressing of inwardly focus, let's say, there. I can make the breaking point going towards the inner part. And this is actually enough to have the DEUK or dent inside. And if I emphasize it a little bit, it also reminds us a little bit of the dent in the other signification of the word that makes us associate the dentist, of course, the tooth as well. So it has already more or less the pressing out form of the tooth a little bit. It's the dent or the DEUK. They will fit structurally on the same structure. Now DEUR or door, also the word is quite similar to the English. That was a bit more difficult, because if I express it, you have the D, you have the E, and then the R, then you see that there are a bit contradictory movements. Here they are where they are, because there's a focus inwardly, the D is going outwardly, and the R is again going inwardly. So it is contradictory, and it's almost impossible to find a solution how you can make this work, these three kind of movements. But it doesn't matter if we just look at reality. How does that work in reality? We already see here that there's an inner, a combination of inner, breast, circulation. So DEUR or door has to deal with this inner breast circulation. That's all. That will be already clear. And if we take a door, how it looks like, then the emphasis of the word will put a focus on the pressure of the D, and the EUR will go make the movement inwards. So the DEUR, if I make a conclusion that how the word works in Dutch, and where the focus is mainly on which the focus is mainly directing upon, then I have to conclude that DEUR, I thought it was going to be an opener, but it's much more focus on the closing feature with the pressure within that also keeps it closed most of the time instead of opening. It's not meant to be the opener. It's meant to keep the place closed. That's more the main focus of the word DEUR or DEUR here, as I recognize it in the letter combinations and signification that is speaking from there. Last word, mercy. It seems to be a difficult word because it's an abstract word, and I thought, okay, this I don't care if it's a difficult word. Like with DEUR, it was difficult, but if you think about it, it's not really that difficult. Same with mercy. I designed it very quickly, and I immediately came to an association. So they have the M, the E going inwards, with the R going more inwards, and with the S even more, with as much effect as it tries to have, with an inward effect as much as it can. And with an S, I will have these S's or C, RC. I will add almost like flower petals towards the inside to emphasize that something is associated and connected from there not to within. But it's not written as MERCEY with an E, it's with a Y. So the Y is more like a connection, not inwardly, but to something which we don't have yet, which we don't know yet, and we try to connect it. And this is the form as you usually use it as the Y. And if we make it a bit more simple and we follow this letter, but very simply, we will come to a form that more fits with a heart. So if I simplify it a little bit, mercy, it easily gives you the association of that it is about something that you let it come to your heart, actually, something like that. And it seems to be far-fetched, that you say, but it actually isn't. I follow the rules, and they fit actually quite easily, and you can easily associate a form with it that fits to it. And it's a bit weird in a way that it fits so easily with it, but the associations are easily made. Is it unconsciously that we do that we associate it with these forms? I really think so, because also like with facial recognitions, we have a few patterns that we follow, and if we associate forms that we recognize they fit within these patterns. And I think that's the way why mercy easily fits with the heart form as well. Can I prove it like this? If you follow the rules, it's not a 100% proof, but it is actually something that very easily is found. And the other things in my book that show you how it works in our mind, that we make certain associations and from where to where they come. So it isn't really very far-fetched if you go deeper into the theory, but there's still a lot of work to do to find out why this is so, why our mind is really following these rules. I think it's just inhabited in nature, and it's a natural law which is as natural as numbers are, and we follow them because they are easy to follow. And if we follow another rules, they are lesser easy to follow, and they don't make it fit with each other so easily. Anyhow, these were a few other examples. they cannot be found in this book. This is just an addition to what is already developed in the book, and these are examples that will guide you and help you also to realize how to associate letters and sounds into words, and how you change them into form and into a meaningful association, and they fit with reality exactly. I hope this was also, I can use them as a proof that there is something going on, and it makes you realize there is more beyond words than we all already learned in school, or that we already that we remember actually. What there is what is real and what is not. This is not pure speculation. This is not pure fantasy. I follow rules, and for me it's actually very easy to do this, because I'm a bit more experienced in this. When I have a word and I think about a word, I have it very easily combined with the letters and come to these drawings, as you saw in this video as well. Anyhow, thanks for watching. This was Gerald Johan van Waas again. You can check my website out. I hope to have that updated more often. And there's of course this YouTube channel where you have the examples. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.